Hey, what's up everyone? For those of you who are new here, my name is Victor, and with the international break, we'll be taking a trip down memory lane in today's video. We're going to be analyzing the Mexican national team, as they just had two international friendlies against the USA and Argentina. For all of the OGs to the channel, you'll know that my channel actually started by analyzing Mexico as they played through the 2019 CONCACAF Gold Cup. Also, while it may be Friday the 13th, be sure to watch until the end of the video to set yourself up for some good luck, because we will be giving away our second $25 Amazon gift card, so watch until the end so you'll learn how to be entered into the giveaway. Let's go ahead and get started by having a quick recap of how Mexico did. As the title of the video would imply, it definitely was a tale of highs and lows for the Mexican national team. We'll go ahead and get started with their first game of the two. In a repeat of the final of the 2019 Gold Cup, Mexico faced the USA, but this time with less on the line. But neither team treated it like a friendly with the usual intensity we've all become accustomed to when these two teams go at it. However, it seemed like the USA took a step backwards by playing very poorly and ended up getting 3 goals past them, courtesy of Chicharito, Gutierrez, and Antuna. And with such an emphatic win over their CONCACAF rival, a lot was expected of Mexico ahead of their game against Argentina. However, it truly was a game to forget for them due to essentially losing it all in the first half, where an inspired Martino scored a hat-trick, and Paredes buried his penalty to give Martino his first loss as head coach of Mexico. Now let's have a look at the starting 11 and lineups that Tata chose for both games and analyze why he made the decisions that he did. Here we can see a side-by-side of the two teams and can see Martino is sticking to what he knows best, and that is the 4-3-3, which he used in both games. As for the difference between the two teams, the team that played Argentina included just about every regular starter for Mexico, with a total of 8 changes made between the two teams. Most notable were the 3 changes made to the back line, Edson Alvarez back in as holding midfielder, and seeing Chucky Lozano back as a starter for the team. But perhaps all of these changes actually helped Argentina, particularly the changes to the defense, which we can see in the latter game when we go back and break down the goals. Oftentimes when you make so many changes like this, it negatively impacts the chemistry of your team. Let's have a look at the goals scored in these games and have a look at how they came to be. So before anything, let's just take a moment to appreciate Tecatito Corona's brilliance with the setup to the opening goal against the USA. Tecatito does know Dest has a family, right? And he's out here ruining this man's career like this? Also, just want to point out, it was this left back position where the USA had a lot of trouble in the Gold Cup final as well, when Ream was playing as an out of position center back. So it will be interesting to keep an eye on this position in the future for the USA. The second goal came from Gutierrez's first touch of the game, following an absolutely terrible mistake from Stefan and his back line. This left Gutierrez completely free to run up and take a shot to double the lead in the 78th minute. And only 4 minutes later, the Gold Cup's shining up-and-comer Antuna was able to close out the game with a goal, thanks largely in part to El Chucky Lozano, whose dribbling skills made Mexico go up a level once he was introduced into the game. Also want to point out that the USA had a chance to ruin Orozco's clean sheet in the dying minutes of the game with a penalty, but Sargent was not able to capitalize to wrap up a terrible night for the USA. As for the Argentina game, well, it's basically night and day here for Mexico, as it was their turn to have a terrible night which ended in a 0-4 final score. Having a look at the opening goal, we can see that it was Araujo who lost Mexico possession with a sloppy pass, and this led to Martinez absolutely devastating the back line, where he did not care that he was surrounded by 3 of Mexico's defenders. He was able to find enough space to get the ball low and just far enough from Ochoa to make the score 0-1. As for the second goal, we see again Araujo mentioned here due to a blocked clearance that landed perfectly for Palacios, who timed Martinez's run perfectly to make it 0-2. But Mexico's misery was not over yet, as the frustration was building and more mistakes were on the way. And the next one was courtesy of Salcedo, who had his arm clearly up to obstruct the ball inside of the penalty box, and sure enough the penalty was awarded and converted by Paredes. And last time I promised, but Araujo's terrible night was finally put to a close after a final mistake where he was too gentle with his attempted clearance. And if Araujo did not know by now, Martinez was not going to forgive any mistakes and took advantage of all of his opportunities to seal his hat trick in the 39th minute. Argentina had 4 shots on target in the first half and were able to convert every single one into a goal. Pure efficiency and absolutely ruthless from Martinez, the Inter de Milan striker. So what's next for Mexico after these mixed results? Well, it's very clear to me that Mexico is a big fish in a small pond. They can beat anybody pretty much in the CONCACAF fairly easily, but once they tangle with the top 10 of the world, that's when they start playing very poorly. As of right now, Mexico is ranked number 12 in the world by FIFA. And just for a comparison of the competition that they've played, the USA is currently ranked at number 22, while Argentina is the gatekeeper at the moment, sitting at number 10. To me, it's obvious that if Mexico wants to be taken seriously as an elite, world-class team, Martino's going to have to make sure that Mexico plays against top-tier teams more often. And while it's all well and good that Mexico is winning CONCACAF Gold Cups, it's a fair criticism to say that this isn't the level of competition Mexico should be put up against. Mexico should be playing in the Copa America, where they can play against top-tier teams like Brazil or Argentina. I feel like the more they play against these better teams, the more experience these players are going to get, and the better the Mexican national team will be overall because of it. Also, it is unfortunate that Martino's first loss as Mexican national head coach came in such a mauling fashion. However, I do believe this is a good thing. This game against Argentina was a friendly after all, and I feel like this was a wake-up call for the team who, in my personal opinion, probably got used to playing weaker teams. In addition, I believe it's time for Martino to switch up his center-back duo. For me, it is obvious that Araujo is a liability in the back. He makes way too many mistakes and almost single-handedly gave the win to Argentina. While Araujo did have a bad game, he's not the only one to blame here. The entire team looked absolutely shell-shocked after receiving the first goal from Argentina and practically refused to play from the back, which has been key to their victories as of late. Particularly against the USA, where Orozco was practically a sweeper keeper, helping to maintain possession and break down the USA's press. This fear of playing out from the back definitely affected Mexico up front because they only had 1 shot on target the entire game, and it didn't come until the 91st minute. Too little, too late. So there we have it, everyone. Thank you as always for everybody who's made it until the end of the video. And how do you think Mexico did in their most recent performance? Did you think that the Argentina game was just a fluke? Or do you agree with me in that Mexico should be playing more top-tier teams more often? And now for the requirements to be entered into the giveaway for the $25 Amazon gift card. If you were around for the last giveaway, you'll already know because the same rules will apply. First things first, you have to be subscribed to the channel. That's step number 1. Second, make sure you smash the like button. And lastly, all you have to do is leave a comment below of what country you live in. And if you're from the USA, be sure to add what state you live in too. I'd love to see the diversity among the football lovers who watch the channel. Also, the winner will be announced in the video coming out on September the 27th. Good luck to everyone, and I will catch you in the next one.